This morning, we're going to make some gluten-free banana blueberry muffins. Is that your favorite, girls?
Yeah!
All right, and our girls are going to help put this together. So this is going to be a double batch, but I'll have the ingredients for a single batch below. I've already got 2 bananas mashed, but the recipe calls for 1 banana, 1 tablespoon, half a cup of yogurt. I've got 2 cups here for our double batch. We've got baking soda and baking powder. We've got some xanthan gum because our gluten-free flour we're using today doesn't have xanthan gum in it. If your gluten-free flour has xanthan gum in it, then you don't need to add extra. We've got some oil and our sugar. And I'm going to add, I've got just over a cup of frozen blueberries in here. So we're going to get started. We're going to begin by mixing all the dry ingredients in one bowl and all the wet ingredients in another. So we're going to get Kayla and Riley to help us with that. Okay, so Kayla's going to help us with our dry ingredients. So in addition to our flour, we've got baking powder, baking soda, xanthan gum, and I'm adding a pinch of salt as well. So Kayla, can you dump those into our flour bowl, please?
Like this?
Yeah, careful not to spill any. Very good, thank you. Riley to help us with our wet ingredients. So we have yogurt. This is plain full-fat yogurt. You can use non-fat yogurt as well. We've got oil, and then I've got 2 bananas that we've already mashed up. We typically keep our bananas that are about to go overripe in the freezer, and then you can let them thaw out and they mash up really well for this type of recipe. Okay, Riley, can you add our oil into the bananas for us, please?
Yep.
Super careful. Oil's not fun to clean up. There, let's get the last of it in there. Okay, and I'm going to do the yogurt because it's a bit of a mess. Okay, our yogurt's in there now, and we're going to blend this up with a fork, and we're going to get this into the bowl. And given how thick this is, I'm going to treat our sugar as a dry ingredient today. So we're going to add that to our flour instead. Typically, we put sugar in with the wet stuff. And we're going to stir this up. And then we're going to add in our blueberries after everything's mixed. Because we want the blueberries to have a little bit of flour on them. So that when we bake it all, the blueberries don't sink to the bottom of the muffin pan. Can you put our blueberries in the dry ingredients for us?
Yes.
And Riley, we almost forgot the most important part.
What?
We forgot the vanilla in the wet ingredients. Could you put the vanilla in our wet ingredients right here? Right here. All right. So again, this is a double batch. We'll have the ingredients for a single batch below in the description box. So we've got our blueberries in there and now our wet ingredients. So we're just going to mix this until it just comes together. And then we're going to fill these after spraying them about 3/4 full. Okay, so we've stirred this together and it's still looking a little loose and dry. If you've never made gluten-free baked goods before, especially muffins, it's definitely a different texture than a regular gluten-based flour muffin, but we want it to come together a little bit more than this. So we're going to start with a couple tablespoons of almond milk until we get the texture we want. All right, so that's a little better. It's just coming together. You'll know when everything comes together as a cohesive mixture. You're not dealing with any lumps or raggedy dough. So we're now going to start portioning this out. All right, so our double batch of muffins is ready to go in the oven for 18 to 20 minutes at 375. So we'll be back in a second. While we're waiting for our blueberry muffins to finish, I made another batch this morning with Kayla and Riley, and these are pizza muffins. And instead of banana, we added egg. And instead of blueberries, we added a little bit of grated cheese and pepperoni sticks, some turkey pepperoni. And on top, we've got some Parmesan cheese and some oregano. And what do you think, Kayla? Is it good?
Good.
Yeah? What about you, Riley? Yeah. All right, so we're going to finish waiting for our blueberry muffins, and they'll go beside here, and then we can taste them too. So it was 18 minutes on the dot. I've got a I've got a toothpick coming out clean, and we're going to get these onto a cooling rack and cool for a couple of minutes before we try them. So there you go. That's our gluten-free banana blueberry muffin, and then a pizza muffin done with turkey pepperoni and some cheese and a bit of oregano, and eggs instead of bananas. You'll notice that the texture is very, very dense. It will not rise like a standard muffin will. And mine are a little darker because I used palm sugar, but using white sugar, they will turn out quite a bit lighter. So there you go. You've got breakfast and snacks for a couple of days.